All praises to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And peace to everyone joining me on this program. This is Fountain of Israel's Bible Studies program. And as always, it's an honor for me to stand before you on the Lord's holy Sabbath day. Now with that, before we get started, please like, share, subscribe, smash the notification bell, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Check the description box below. And with that, let's go ahead and continue with our lesson. Now we are in my series, High Value Hebrew, right? And this is about the making of a man. Stand and show thyself a man. Making of a man, and I work on three particular tenets, right? And that is increase your value, which was the first lesson. This lesson will be pursue your purpose, and the next lesson will be protect your seed. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and jump into pursue your purpose, right? Now, one of the things I want to point out is that when pursuing our purpose, okay, the Bible isn't specific on, okay, you should be a plumber, you should be a doctor, you should be an electrician, you should be a lawyer. It doesn't really get into that, right? You pick it out. You pick what you're going to do, pick what you're going to be or whatever, and then just let the Most High be your guide. You know, your heart, you devise it your way, your heart devise your way or whatever, but the Most High guides your step, right? So we're going to be talking about pursuing your purpose. We talked a little bit about in the first lesson about, getting your legacy going, okay? Your legacy and your family and all that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next installment of this particular lesson. But for this one, let's go with pursue our purpose. And we're going to go to Ecclesiastes real quick. And let's go to chapter 9 and verse 10. Verse 10 says this: whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. Why? Right? Good question. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So while we're here, we need to do it with all our might, pursue our purpose. What it is that, what are you going to do? What are you designed to do? Okay? What are you passionate at? What is it that drives you? What is it that gets you up in the morning? I don't care what it is. That's completely up to you. But we have to pursue our purpose, because see, that's what gives our life, that's what gives our lives meaning. That's the reason why we get up in the morning. That's the reason why we do anything. Pursue your purpose. Oh, I just do it for my wife. Oh, I just do it for my kids. Well, we got to take care of them, right? We got to provide for them. So what's your purpose? This is what it means to be a man, to be a man of purpose. You want to have a decent life? You got to have a purpose. You want options when it's time for you to select a mate? You better have a purpose. It is our duty as men to be on our purpose. We are supposed to be grinding, working, producing, being on our purpose. Find your purpose. What is it? It doesn't negate you from serving the Most High. It does not. But you're here. You're designed to do something. We're here to produce. We're here to do something. We have our thing, right? What is it? What is that? That thing. What's in your wheelhouse? What's your milieu? What is it that drives you? What is it? Do that, whatever it is, and get on it. And if at all possible, it should be something that you can do the rest of your life. Something you can do the whole of your life, or most of it. See, what happens is when people lose their purpose, they wander around aimlessly, ship without a rudder. In retirement, they die pretty quick. So you're gonna work your heart out. You're going to live a life of drudgery, and then you retire and die after 10 years after retirement or something. I mean, is that what you... No. Purpose. We have to be on our purpose. We have to be on our mission. Because make no mistake about it, the Most High put us down here for a reason. What is yours? We are the body of Christ, right? But guess what? We don't all have the same job. Not everybody is a head. Not everybody's a neck. Not everybody's a hand. Not everybody's an arm or or a torso or a leg. Sorry, I sound like I'm forming Voltron here. But not everybody has the same function in the body of Christ. We all have a different function. What is yours? It's your purpose. Wherever that is, that's your purpose. What is your craft? What is your trade? What? Like Paul and others, they were tent makers by trade. Some of the disciples were fishermen by trade. We got to have something. We got to have something. See, a lot of times what we do is we get into the Word, we get into our Bible and stuff like that, and a job is just a job. It's just, let me just go ahead and just work this job and, just pay my bills and, and that's it. And we just serve the Most High. And we want to sound pious. We want to sound, sound like, oh, well, no. In the first lesson, we're talking about the story of talent and stuff like that. We're supposed to be investing our talent. We're supposed to have power. We're supposed to have resources. We're supposed to become the best version of ourselves. We're supposed to maximize who we are with what the Most High has given us. See, it doesn't make any sense to me that He gives us the power of sight, but don't look at anything. He gives us the ability of hearing, but don't listen to anything. He gives us our arms and our legs. He gives us our being and our spirit. Don't do anything with it. All these things in this world, and we're just not supposed to do anything with it. Like I said, whatever your purpose is, it's not supposed to take you away from Yah. Whatever it is, you're supposed to maximize it. You're supposed to use it. It's a tool for you to navigate in this world. Like he said in Jeremiah, it's a tool for you to build ye houses, take wives, have children, plant vineyards. Let's keep going. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Let's keep this going. Lamentations. Let's go to Lamentations chapter 3. Lamentations chapter 3. Let me read 27. Lamentations chapter 3, 27. 27. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth. It's good for a man to bear the yoke of his youth. We're talking about developing a man. Bear the yoke of his youth. What I said in the first lesson. Okay, I encourage you to increase your value in this series. The lesson last week. Watch it. I encourage you to watch it. It's good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth, that he go through something, get development. He's supposed to get character development. He's supposed to get physical development. He's supposed to get both emotional development. He's supposed to get all of that. When a young man, he's 18, about 30, he's supposed to be on his grind. That's when he's what? That's when he's what? 18. That's when he's in college sports. This is when he started getting into his, his job. He don't need to be getting married and all that right now. I mean, he can. Don't need to be. But he needs to be becoming the man he's supposed to be. He start hitting his stride after that in 30 and all that. That's not a hard and fast rule. But you want to instill this. You want to instill this in your sons. Don't you wish somebody would have told you that? Brother, don't you wish somebody would have kind of gave you a roadmap on how you can kind of design your life? Well, you have the opportunity to give it to your sons. You have the opportunity to teach it to your sons. You don't have sons, you can teach somebody else's sons. You have an opportunity to do this. Didn't work out for you. Hey, I didn't have the roadmap. I had to learn all this stuff late in life. But this information still can be passed on. Look what it said. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth. Now watch this one. I'm gonna drop over to 36. Look what 36 says. It says to subvert a man in his cause, being on his purpose. The Lord approveth not. To knock a man off his course. He's on his purpose. He's on his grind. To knock him out of his course is not good. Don't subvert a man who is taking care of his business, minding his business, doing his thing. Do your thing. Whatever that is, pursue your purpose. Pursue your purpose, whatever that is. The Most High Yah orders your steps. Pursue your purpose and allow the Most High to order your steps. We read that in the first lesson. Let's go, brothers and sisters. Now we're going to go on over to, one second, check something real quick. Very important for us to pursue our purpose. Super important. Because I read over in 22 when I just read this right here, Lamentations in 36. I just read that. When I read over in the first lesson, I read over in Proverbs 22 and 29. It says, "Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men." Okay, so it's going to elevate you. Again, this is part of pursuing your purpose. I told you we were kind of getting into that a little bit, pursuing a purpose. Very important. I mean, I wish somebody would have laid this out for me in my youth, but no one did. I had to learn all this late in life. As I said before, as it pertains to your purpose, over in Proverbs 16:9, it says, "A man's heart devises his way, pursue your purpose. But the Lord directed his steps." You pursue your purpose, whatever that is. Like I said in Ecclesiastes, whatever you find your hands to do, do it with all your might. But the Lord directed his steps. Colossians, New Testament. Colossians chapter 3. I'm going to read 23. Colossians chapter 3, 23. "And whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men." Do it with all your might. Whatever you find your hands to do, do it. Be that guy. Be the man. If you're the father, be the man. You're your dad. You teach your sons. Do the same thing. Teach your sons. Do the same thing. It's time. It's time to figure this thing. It's time to figure this thing out and to give our sons, give our progeny, give our legacy a foundation. Spoke about in the first lesson, talking about these particular milestones or raising a modern day knight, right? A little lad, a little squire, and then a knight and all that. And marking these milestones, these certain times in a young man's life, marking these moments for him. I talked about you're trying to develop a man, because I said, males are born, men are made. And so in your young son's life, you want to put him in certain things, okay? Show him how to do certain things. It may be, put him in sports or something like that, right? Put him in sports for a couple of years, different sports. Show him how to fish. Show him how to hunt. Teach him martial arts. Put him in martial arts class or something like that. Teach him chess. Maybe try a musical instrument or something like that. Developing him. Because we're trying to make men, we're trying to make authentic, real, high-value Hebrew. Now, the first lesson was about acquiring assets and all that, but that's not the only thing. Right now, pursue your purpose. Gentlemen, pursue your purpose. Teach your sons to pursue their purpose, find their purpose. What is their sweet spot? I know now we're living in a digital age. So maybe your son may be into IT or developing games or something, whatever, it doesn't matter. But whatever you do, you be a man, stand and show thyself a man, and then raise one, rear one. This is the path to authentic manhood. Let's continue. Let's keep going. I said in 23, and whatsoever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. Whatever you do, do it heartily. Pursue your purpose. Do it heartily. Let's go over to Jeremiah. And we're going to go Jeremiah 32. Jeremiah 32. I'm going to read 19. Great in counsel and mighty in work, for thine eyes are open upon all the ways of the sons of men, to give everyone according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. To the fruit of his doings. Lord's watching that. Greatness in counsel and mightiness in work. For the eyes are open upon all the ways of the sons of men. So he's watching what we do. He wants us to be productive. Now, yes, he's watching our moral way to see whether or not we are sinning. Yes. But he also wants to see if we are productive as men. Are we maturing as men? And gentlemen, I submit unto you that the Most High, when he gives us children as arrows in a quiver, he charges us to raise them in the role they are destined to be in. So he would like Hebrew men mentally. He would like righteous men, rich in character, hardworking, smart, warriors, providers, protectors. He wants daughters, meek, quiet, modest, submissive, worthy of protection, worthy of provision, worthy of being a wife, being a mother. Daughters of Zion, daughters of Sarah. I think that's exactly what the Most High wants. Someone can help you with your legacy. Someone can help you pursue your purpose. Someone to help you to extend your bloodline, to make your name great in Israel. We're going to keep going. Talk about the essence. What are we doing to become high value Hebrews? We're going to become high value Hebrews. Proverbs 20. Proverbs 20, and I'm going to read verse 5. Counsel in the heart of men is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. It's not about having all the right answers. It's about having the questions. The mark of intelligence is having questions, having the right questions. Not the man who has all the answers, the man who has all the questions. Find out. There's so many options, so many avenues out in this world, so many paths to walk. And I'm not talking about their faith. Your faith is grounded. This is your compass, okay? All right. The Bible, the scriptures, that's your compass, okay? I'm not talking about that. There's so many options of what you're going to do as far as your purpose is concerned. Now, if you're a grown man, if you're an adult, you should figure that out. You should have already had that figured out as far as what you want to do, but just get on it. Be consistent. I had to reignite myself to get back on my purpose as to what I am, what I do, what I want to be known for. I had to reignite myself. Get on your purpose. Get on your mission, gentlemen. Teach your children the same. 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 24. This is a competition, gentlemen. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run, that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air. Then he goes on, I keep my body in subjection, so on and so forth. Now we know he's talking about immortality and salvation. So let me just get that part out of the way. So someone said, oh, you're twisting the scriptures. No. We know he's talking about immortality and salvation. So, okay, so we got that part. But look at what he uses as a metaphor. He uses a race, and he's saying it's a competition. See, in this world, it is hyper competitive. Hyper competitive. And on some level, we have to compete. Because we know we live in a fallen world, and we know that sometimes this world can be dog eat dog, every man for himself. And man, you and I, we got to go get it for our family. Because a man who don't provide for his own household is worse than an infidel, right? So we have to become hyper competitive sometimes. It's called for. It's about surviving in this world. Now, if you want to rest on your laurels and just say, oh, well, the Most High will provide. It's okay. We'll just pray. We'll just have faith. Have at it. Go right ahead. For me, I'd rather the Most High bless the work of my hand. The work of my hand. What I do. Bless what I do. Guide my steps. Bless what I do. See, the difference is you can sit there on the ground, look up at the sky, and you just pray for food. Or you can put your hand to the plow, plant some seed, add some water, cultivate, and then pray for the harvest. But you're doing something. Pursue your purpose. The world is hyper competitive. You know this by now. You need to get it, and you need to teach it to your children. You need to teach it to your sons. You have to pursue your purpose, and you have to become the man in that area. You have to become him in that area, because that's how competitive it is. Because you need to go get it, because if you're not going to go get it, somebody is out there trying to take it from you. What did Paul say? He said, know ye not that they which run in a race run all. Everybody runs, but one is received the prize. Only one, but one's going to receive the prize. Okay, just one going to receive the prize. So run that ye may obtain. So run, pursue your purpose so that you can obtain. Yes, I already addressed the fact that, yeah, he's talking about immortality and salvation and all that. But get the lesson in there. He's using a metaphor, using an example. You can agree with me that it can get tough out there, right? You agree with me, right? Very competitive, hyper-competitive world. Your contractor, what? You're trying to beat another contractor so you can get the deal. You're trying to pursue a job. You want to get it before somebody else get it. I got more experience. I got more education. Hyper-competitive. If you have a job, guess what? You beat somebody out. Hyper-competitive. When you go shopping, why did you go to that store? Because they had a competitive advantage than their competition. Price, convenience, customer service. You went there for a reason. Pursue your purpose. 1 Thessalonians. It's what we do, men. This is what it's about. 1 Thessalonians 4. We're going to read 11 and 12. And that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we commanded you, that you may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing. So you have exactly what you need, that you're going to work with your own hands as they have commanded you. We understand what it is. The brethren going out and they're working. When you go somewhere, work with your hands, earn your keep, all that. We get that. But gentlemen, men who are thinking, okay, thinking men, we work. We do what we have to do. It's ultra competitive. Don't get worn down. See, now all the labor that we're doing, it seems like, oh, what is the use? I just work. I just pay bills. Now you got a purpose. Are you working with your purpose? Are you on your mission? Your mission, if nothing else, is your legacy. So the salvation is on the back end. The immortality, the salvation, that's what you're walking in the covenant, walking in Torah and all that. Okay, what are we going to do while we're here? Pursue your purpose. Pursue your purpose. 1 Timothy. Chapter 5, verse 8. What does it say? But if any provide not for his own, and specifically those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. Yeah, so it sounds like you need to pursue your purpose. Sounds like you need to increase your value. Sounds like you need to provide. No metaphors there. No parables there. That's pretty cut and dry, right? This is what we're charged with, gentlemen. It can be a hard, arduous life, but that's how men are made. We're forged in the fire of adversity. That's how men are made. I know it could be just drudgery. I understand it could be vexing. I've been there. Oh, I don't make enough. I've been there. Oh, I'm in debt. I've been there. The adversity that comes to us, we already accept it cheerfully. Thank you, Yah, for allowing me the opportunity to become a problem solver. Thank you, Yah, for allowing me the opportunity to grow past my problems. The Most High, if you're one of His, He throws it your way to teach us, to forge you, to grow you, to challenge you. This is how men are made. So lions, David, and he's young when I was talking about all these different milestones and everything. What? He had to fight like a bear or whatever. He grew up, he learns how to, I'll tell you, I said in the first lesson, learn how to use a weapon. He learned how to use like a little slingshot, learn how to use a sling, learn how to cultivate and all that. Until one day, a big challenge came to him in his life by Goliath. And all that preparation he did before, with a little help with the Most High, came into play. Remember when he started, little guy, king wanted to use his shield and use my sword, and oh, that's just too big. At the time, David wasn't a very big guy. In his youth, what he had had an issue. It was a bear, a lion. I have to go back. It was the type of animal. Had to fight that in his youth. So he had to get prepared. That's what you and I have to do when we go through certain adversity. What many of our ancestors today went through slavery, and it hardened them. See, sometimes we shrink. We become like shrinking violets. Something bad happens, and we just like, oh, why me? Oh, why? Why not you? Why not? You're a man of faith, right? Why not? You want to be a man, right? Why not you? Why not the test for you? So that you may overcome, so that you may grow. This is how men are made. We're not made in ease and quiet. We're made through pressure, suffering, sacrifice, trials, tribulation, adversity. This is how men are made. Whether physically, mentally, emotionally, this is how we're made when we're challenged in those areas. And we overcome them and we get better. Sorry, can't preach a little soft, feel-good message. Oh, you're so great. I'm happy. I'm wonderful. And gosh darn it, people like me. No, it's not what we're talking about. It's not what we're doing. Let's keep going, brothers and sisters. Galatians 6:9. Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary in doing well, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. Pursue your purpose. Do not give up. You have to keep doing this until the end. You keep going. 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 Let's go back to the Proverbs. Well, Proverbs, go to 12. Don't worry, you're doing good. You're doing fine. It's hard and hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard until one day it's easy. And you're the guy. You're the man. You did it. It's hard until it's not. 12. Proverbs 12:11. If you faint not. He that tilled his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth vain persons is void of understanding. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied. You put in the work, you're going to be satisfied. You get to reap. You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor, as it were. But if you pursue your purpose, continue to increase your value. That's how this works, brothers and sisters. Proverbs, we're still in Proverbs. Let's go to 6. 6 and 6. 6 and 6. We're going to read 6 through 8. 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, considering her ways, and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler. Provided her meat in the summer, and gathered her food in the harvest. I'll go 9. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou rise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. I should extend that. I said up to 8. I should have extended that up to 11. Increase your value. Pursue your purpose. Increase your value and pursue your purpose. Are you starting to get it? Increase your value. Pursue your purpose. He even gave us an example. Look at the ant. It works diligently. Nobody even has to tell him. So that he's ready when winter comes. He has it. Same thing that you need to do when we are acquiring assets as we go. We're trying to build out our wealth. We're trying to do it until our body gives out, before our body gives out. We're trying to do it before our body actually gives out. Because when you have enough assets, then all of a sudden, when you can't physically do it, your assets will feed you. Your assets there to feed you when you can't work. Or if later on you don't want to work, but you have to grind it out like the ant, so that you will be prepared for winter, because economic winter is coming. It comes for all of us. You ready? Pursue your purpose. Increase your value. Pursue your purpose. Increase your value. Proverbs 27. The other part of having these assets and pursuing your purpose and increasing your value is having a network. So Proverbs 27 and 17, it says, iron sharpens iron, and so a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Because when you have this network of friends, this band of brothers, it makes everybody stronger. Why do you think you have these fraternities, as it were? And I'm not talking about just college, right? You have the fraternities in police. You have the fraternities in military, the various branches, these brothers, when they come together. Sports teams, that camaraderie, that things that make all of us better, that pushes us to be the best versions of ourselves. The same thing happens in the faith. When you meet somebody else in the faith, guess what? You start to sharpen your sword in the faith and in the scriptures. Same thing happens in other endeavors. Same thing happens when you want to acquire assets, when you want to build yourself, when you want to increase your value, you find other guys in various fields, maybe a field that you want to get into. And then they can show you, and then they can forge you, and you learn and you grow and they build. Iron sharpens iron. Your network of people, you need to cultivate a particular network. Oh, brother, you're just talking about money and worldly things. You need money to pay your rent. You need money to feed your family. You need money to put food in your belly and clothes on your back. You need money to put gas in your car. You need money to get a car. It'd be hard trying to fight through former Christian messages, because I know that they've corrupted the word, and I know that they taught us certain things, and money, the root of all evil. And actually it says for the love of money is the root of all evil, because the Most High doesn't care if you have money. He gave David and Solomon a whole lot of money. He cares if money has you, because you can't serve two masters. Now, if you're the master of money and the Messiah is your master, we're good. See, the money's supposed to serve you. Work for it and get yourself in a position to where the money works for you. Makes sense? That way you can, when you're not worrying about paying your rent, worrying about the lights staying on, when you're not worrying about those type of things, you can focus a lot more on the Most High. Now, can you? Now see me, I'm saying to work. I'm not saying, send me money in and the Most High will bless you. I'm not selling the Most High as a genie in the bottle. He told you go find something to do, because there's no device, no knowledge, no nothing in the grave where you're going. Go find something to do with your hands. He just said go look to the ant thou shalt to do something. So don't try to come to me or make any comments and say, he's doing this old prosperity. Trust me, I got a couple of lessons about prosperity doctrine. Just check the library. This is not it. That's not this, and this is not that. Increase your value. Pursue your purpose. Let's go to Daniel. Chapter 10. One verse 19. Then said, O man, greatly beloved, fear not. Peace be unto you. Be strong, ye be strong. And when he had spoken unto me, I was strengthened, and said, let my Lord speak, for thou hast strengthened me. What is strengthened me? He strengthened me. Strengthened me. So if I tell you guys to be strong, let's see. I'm going to go to Daniel 9. I want to look in the Strongs real quick. Daniel 10 and 19. And we're going to look up strength again. I looked at it in the first one, but I want to look up strong. Strong, Kazakh. To strengthen, to prevail, to harden, to be strong, to become strong, be courageous, be firm, grow firm, be resolute, to be resolute, to grow stout, grow rigid, to strengthen, to make strong, to restore to strength, be given strength, sustain. Let's see, make bold. Okay, that's a lexicon. Let's look at the Strongs. To seize, be strong, be courageous. Obstinate, bind, restrain, conquer, catch, cleave, confirm, be constant, be good, be encouraged, be established, force, fortified, made hard, hardened, Behave self valiantly. Withstand. All this, brothers, to be strong. To be strong. So this is what we're gonna do. Next lesson, next part of this lesson, we're gonna talk about protect your seed, right? And I'm gonna start it off. But again, this is gonna be another part. Protect your seed. Because I want you to understand something. The church has failed you. And emasculated you. We don't recognize authentic manhood because the church is, well, we were talking about red pill, blue pill, manosphere, all that other stuff, right? Church has been widely, or Sunday church has been widely blue pill, right? Doesn't teach patriarchy or anything like that. Doesn't teach masculinity. So the Sunday church has failed you. It emasculated you. I've been to Christian Bible couples counseling and stuff like that. Believe me, in retrospect, it is very blue pill. Hindsight is 20/20, and like the song says, I can see clearly now. No, sir. Most of what? Most of us are raised by single mothers, right? Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Most of us are raised by single mothers. So we see what that we see what that gets us. Look at our society now. Single mothers. Oh, I know this. Now it's going to step on some toes. Now people are going to get upset because we're about to start talking about protecting your seed, stuff like that, and what all that entails. And now people are going to start getting all upset. Oh, you're blaming this. You're blaming that. I'm sorry. I'm going to teach it the way I'm going to teach it. If you're sensitive to facts and data and statistics and what the Bible says about certain things as well, then you might not want to listen to any more of the series. I have other lessons. The system is against you, gentlemen. Alimony, child support, getting a marriage license, it will wreck you. Family courts against you. Take your children. See, this is stuff, we need to understand this so that we can make better choices. Better choices. And women, that way we have a chance to have our legacy, have a chance to be in our children's lives. You see the difference? We have this. We have a terminology right now. See, over the last 50 to 60 years, since the 60s, 70s, and stuff like that. So the last 50, 60 years, we have been aligned. We're talking about us Hebrew men. We've been lumped in the category with these other Pookies and Rays, right? We've been lumped into that category like we're all that. CDC says black fathers are the most involved. Nobody talks about the fact that your children are being withheld from you. Nobody talks about that. Oh, because that doesn't happen, right? Gentlemen, it's about protecting your seed. Mate selection is a part of that. Let's take a look at this. Our main thing is men have to show our work, right? We're production, right? And women have to show their worth. TH. Men show their work. K. Women show their worth. TH. We have an uphill battle. But when you become the man, then you have your options of finding that righteous sister who will help you build your house, will help you field your house, because you build a house. You build a house. but it will help you build a house with your legacy. Sirach 26. Let's look at some of this. This lesson may run over a little bit. And then it's going to extend into wicked women. But we're going to talk about it a little bit, guys. Because this is all a part of mate selection. So we're going to go to Sirach, and we're going to go to 26. Here in just a second. Chapter 26 in verse 23. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So, guys, if you're not a wicked man and you know what to look for, you won't end up with a wicked woman. And so I know some people feel uncomfortable talking about this part here or whatever, but let me ask you something, gentlemen. Have any of you guys coupled up with a wicked woman? Have any of you guys out there married, or at least you feel like you married the wrong woman? Have you married someone who you feel like is tearing down your household? Who is vexing your spirit? This is the kind of information, this is the kind of thing that we should learn so that we can make better choices. Now, I know the comment section will be lit because it's going to sound like this, it's going to sound like that, but gentlemen, this is what you need to know. If someone would have told you this information, if someone would have told you what to look for, if someone would have told you need to build yourself up and what can I say? Become the best version of yourself? Invest the talents that the Most High giving you. What are you going to do with that? With what He gave you? Become the best version. Become high value Hebrew. And I'm not talking about just money. Become your authentic self. Put it like this. You feel like you're going to go to your grave and you did everything you could. You became everything you could. You maximized your potential. That's all I'm asking. Did you maximize your potential? Your Yah-given potential. You go up there, and when you go before your Maker, you're going to be fully spent. Most High, I did everything I could. I'm fully spent. There's nothing else. There's nothing more I could have done. This is what I'm talking about. You see the difference? So once you have become the best version of yourself, because the Most High puts so much potential in each of us, then now you're in a position to build your house, and then you can select a mate to help you fill that house and extend your bloodline. In other words, building your legacy. We're going to keep going. That's why mate selection is important, because with the wrong mate, it can destroy you and everything you built. Let's go to Proverbs 31:3. Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto a woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Give not thy strength to a woman. This is where some of the sisters, well, not the righteous ones, but this is where some of the sisters get a little bit upset, right? But I'm going to preach it anyway, because I'm just going to preach what thus says the Lord, right? So Proverbs 31:30. I want you guys to look at something. Proverbs 31 and I'm sorry, 3, not 31, 30. 3. Okay. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. Now watch this. It says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Now watch this. When you read the strength over here in the Hebrew, okay, Kayil. Now look at his strength, right, in the lexicon. Strength, might, efficiency, wealth, army. Give not your strength or your might or your efficiency or your wealth or your army to a woman. Strength, ability, your ability, efficiency, wealth, force, army. That's in the lexicon, in the Strongs. Probability of force, whether of men, means, or other resources. Give not your resources to a woman. Oh, fellas, I already know. I know some people's feelings are hurt. I already know some people are hurt. They're out of here. They're like, okay, I don't even want to even deal with the ministry anymore. And all. I know. But men, are you listening? I didn't say not to provide for your family. I didn't say that. What have I been saying so far? Increase your value, pursue your purpose, and a man who don't provide for his own household is worse than an infidel. Didn't I say all that? I said you have to become him. You cannot be Ahab and give all your strength over and your power over to a Jezebel. You see the connection? Your means or other resources or your wealth, your virtue, your valor, your strength, company, force, goods, host, might, power, riches, substance. Don't give that to a woman. Don't give that to a woman. We're going to run over because, our third lesson is going to be, the modern one. Still part of protect your seed. But dealing with that. Now we're going to go over some of this too. Some of this as well. Proverbs 18:22. Proverbs 18:22. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtain favor of the Lord. You better find a good wife too. Make sure she's good. Go find your good thing. Build your house first, then go find your good thing. That's why I said you in your building phase, establishing yourself. When I said the young man, 18, about 30, something like that, you're building yourself. Pursuing your purpose, increasing your wealth. That way now you can build that house. You can have that apartment or that condo or whatever, wherever you want to live or whatever. And then, because women come in and nest anyway. You need to be the provider anyway. So you might as well go get it done. Go get it done. Let me go to one more place and then we'll deal with our last and final lesson. 13:22. Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Or his children's children. So we have to, that's some of the things that we have to understand. Pursue your purpose, increase your value. Now you have to find a good wife so that it's worth you bringing her into your home, having her extend your bloodline and your legacy. We're going to talk a lot more about this in the third and final chapter of this particular lesson. Protect your seed. Mate selection. You're going to be dealing with the wrong woman that can tear down everything you built. Ladies, if there's any unrighteous ladies who don't want to hear some hard truths, then I would advise you not to listen to that lesson. Now, the righteous sisters, please, you go right ahead, because none of that in that lesson is going to apply to you anyway. You're not wicked. You're righteous. A wicked woman, she's going to be very upset. Righteous woman, you're not going to be upset because it doesn't apply to you. You're not wicked. You don't tear down your own house. You don't beat up on your men. You don't think you don't have the strong independent mindset. You don't need a man. You think the matriarchal rules. Down with the patriarchy. If you're not, in other words, an ephanist, then the lesson won't bother you one whit. But if you are an ephanist, then you're going to be hot under the collar. So, with that, gentlemen, we got one more lesson in this series of being a high-value Hebrew, okay? Let's protect your seed. I started it here. I'm not going to finish. I'm going to finish it in the next lesson. I hope someone has been edified. So, till next time, search the scriptures. And let me pause the note. Like, share, subscribe. Smash the notification bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Shalom, Israel.